right. Hello, everybody. Hey, this is Daniel Higgins coming to you live. Thank you for joining. Listen, I'm telling you, we just left an amazing meeting. Before I start yapping, let me just do a quick audio check. Make sure everybody can see and hear me, okay? Let's see. Let me make sure. All right, cool. Perfect. Looks like everything is in order. So thank you, everybody, for coming to Daniel's Den. We're going to share an audio from my amazing business partner or mentor just to set this up a little bit. He's been financially free now for over 7 years. Now, before we get into that awesome audio, I just have to give an honorable mention, so to speak, to Brother Ashar L. We just did an amazing live event just a little while ago around 7 p.m. And I'm telling you, this young entrepreneur, this gentleman is doing big things. So if you're following me on Facebook, I encourage you to look at that post that I posted with Secure the Bag with Dr. Lakeisha McKnight, along with the millennial millionaire himself, Mr. Matthew Taylor, which is AKA my twin in Wealth Builders Worldwide. And if you've seen both of us, you completely understand what I'm saying, because we get mixed up for each other all the time during live events in Wealth Builders Worldwide. And I don't mind it because he's a handsome guy, I'm a handsome guy, so we're both good with it, right? But thank you guys for joining us. I'm telling you, if you're following me on Facebook, start following me on Facebook. I know I'm live on YouTube right now and Twitter. So definitely get back onto my Facebook page. And you want to hear that audio from Brother Ashar L. He talked about the T's of success. And I'm telling you right now, he is on fire and he's doing some big things at 27 years young, leading a global organization and creating a global organization. I love his energy. I love his posture. He is here in Wealth Builders Worldwide and really helping people, not just his age, but all over the age spectrum, right? Because our team is so unique and so vast. There's literally people who are 18, 19, or in their 20s, tearing up this business, helping people and empowering people all over the world. And we have the other side of the spectrum, which is actually really interesting to see, especially during the live Secure Your Bag broadcast, because Sister Roz Range, Miss Deb Nixon, they're in their late 60s and 70s, right? Between the two of them. And they're excited and they're fired up and they're absorbing that energy for them Secure Your Bag live event with all the millennials that are excited about this business, because we know that we're in the middle of a wealth transfer. We know it, we feel it, we sense it, and we're moving in that direction, okay? Let me go ahead and say hello to some people. I'm talking fast, so you just have to listen fast tonight. So hello, Miss Angela Hunter. Welcome to the live webinar. And hello, Robert Chandler. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. So thank you for joining on YouTube. Thank you for joining on Facebook. Thank you for viewing on Twitter. I know I have people in all different areas as I'm looking at the lives kind of go up in terms of how many people are hanging out with us today, tonight, this afternoon. Just depends on where you're at in this awesome world we live in, right? So guys, I encourage you. I'm definitely going to have that video probably tomorrow night. I wanted to go ahead and pull it up today, but I got to pull in my mentor tonight. I got to. Mr. Michael Dalcoe, like I mentioned, has been financially free now for over 7 years. And I'm telling you, he's the reason why there is a Daniel's Den, quite literally. I had a conversation with him. I was bouncing ideas off of him. And I said, hey, sir, what do you think, this or that, or what title or this title? And I was bouncing ideas off of him. And boom, here we are with Daniel's Den. We're on episode 89. And it is definitely helping me develop my communication skills and really helping me to connect with people. I love connecting and helping people as much as possible. And that is a passion of mine. It actually energizes me. It does something to me, okay? Helping people does something to me. Sharing great information does something to me, okay? So we're going to share this audio from Mr. Michael Dalcoe, the person who's responsible for connecting me to GS Partners, the person who's actually responsible for GS Partners. And you'll learn more about that as you come hang out with us, right? And forgive me for just a minute. I wanted to cue this up, actually. But I was so excited about going live and talking about Ashar L and his tea talk, right? You gotta, oh my gosh, you guys gotta see that talk and hear that talk from Brother Ashar L. I'm telling you, Our Wealth Business Worldwide leadership is growing leaps and bounds because we have people and leaders from all different walks of life, all different age groups, and I'm very thoroughly impressed with Ashar El. I've already talked to him about it. He's reading the right books, he's pouring the right information in his mind, and he is leading from the front. Okay, so thank you everybody for joining. Let me go ahead and add this video audio right here. Once again, this is my amazing business partner, mentor, Mr. Michael Dalcoe. He left his 6-figure job for more income, financial freedom for him, himself, his wife, and has retired his adult children. All right, just so we have an understanding of the caliber of person that is coming to the plate. You know, it's very cool to be around financially free people and actually hear from them and glean from them and learn from them and move forward in what they're sharing. And it's really cool to connect with millionaires that have a heart to help people and want to share information to empower other people. Now, it's even crazier that your relationship with a millionaire or millionaires leads you to being in business with a billionaire. That's even more exciting. Okay? That's what's happening in GS Partners. That is literally what's happening in GS Partners. All right, so Mr. Michael Douglas talking about don't let money stand in the way of you making money. Let me go ahead and pull this in. Hopefully I got this.
And I'll pop it up there and I'll talk about it. But the title of this live stream, and I like StreamYard because it lets me interact with the audience here and let you guys say your piece as well. And I'm an equal opportunity person too. I don't mind putting people's comments up that even disagree with me, because I believe with all my heart, we're one world, one nation of people. You know, I tell people all the time, we can have our differences and we can disagree on pretty much any and everything. But one thing about it, if Grandma Gravity, Grandpa Gravity decide they no longer want to hold this world up, we're going to perish together. Right? So whether you're rich or poor, black or white, Jew, Gentile, Greek, Catholic, Protestant, atheist, Buddhist, Muslim, whether you're Russian, English, French, Mexican, Spanish, Asian, you name it, whether you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, Parliament, whatever it is, if Grandma and Grandpa Gravity decide they no longer want to hold this world up, we're going to perish together. So I just try to make it my mission as a part of my moniker, continuously empowering others. I try to make it my mission to be one of those voices that's out here for good, a voice that's out here preaching unity and togetherness, and because we're stronger together than we are apart. So let's talk a little bit. Oh, I will put this on the screen. Yeah, I am a blessing. Amen. I'm blessed to be a blessing, and to all the nations of the earth are blessed. So let's talk about this a little bit. Don't let money stand in the way of you making money. And this is really not going to be a money conversation, but that's kind of the underlying tone of this quick conversation. Don't let money stand in the way of you making money, because it's really not about money. And I made this phrase, this is a Mike Dalcoe original. It's not about the money. Listen to me. It's not about the money. It's about it not being about the money. Now, let me just kind of walk that through. And sometimes people say, well, Mike, you know, talk about something else, man. There's a lot of problems in the world, and all you talk about is money. And I kind of talk about money a lot because the number one problem that was always in my life growing up with my family, my parents, my grandparents, everybody around me, they didn't necessarily say money, but it was a money problem. My mom and dad, part of what the problems they had were money problems. I remember my mom and dad getting in a big argument because my mom sent one of us, me and my brother, I can't remember which one, she sent us next door, listen, to my cousin's house to borrow some milk. And I don't know what was going on between mom and dad, why that was such a big deal. And I'm not going to try to even get all into that because I was a little kid back then. I don't know the complexities of their marriage and their relationship and their communication skills or lack thereof. But all I know is dad was not happy about mom sending one of her kids to my auntie's house to get a glass of milk because mom was making some cornbread or something. And when we got back, dad hit the roof. He was not having it. He was something about his pride. He didn't want our neighbors, our family knowing that he couldn't provide milk for his family. Well, guys, you know what? I don't care what you think about it. That was a money problem. It was a money problem. Had dad had the money, mom had the money, we wouldn't have been going to get the milk, and there would be no milk coming back in the glass for dad to hit the roof and get upset about mom because we didn't have any damn milk. That was a money issue, right? And you can think through your life. Don't let me prognosticate for you. You tell me if you have a whole lot of problems that are not some way tied to money. I mean, I don't think money is everything. I just think like this is oxygen, and then money is like right up under it. It's right next to oxygen. Like you literally got to have it. I heard a preacher say one time, he said, money is to the natural realm what faith is to the spiritual realm. I'll say it again. Money is to the natural realm, this natural real world that we live in, what you drive, where you live, what your zip code is, what school your children go to, because you do know about redlining, right? You do understand that they pump more money into certain neighborhood schools than they do certain other neighborhood schools. You do know that people are crowded up into one area, that policing is worse in areas of more heavily dense populated areas where education is down and crime is up and jobs are scarce and people have no money to just move to another city where more opportunity is. They're stuck in that neighborhood, and then they have children, because you know what ghetto heaven is, right? They have ghetto heaven and they have children, and then those children wake up out of the womb and all they see is poverty and roaches crawling on the wall, and that's all they know. So to them, that's normal. It's not abnormal to see a roach. They think it's abnormal to not see a roach. So, and they think it's abnormal to not eat out of a can and out of a box. They don't know what it's like to eat with silver flatware. They don't know anything about that. They don't know what a wine goblet is. They don't know what a brandy snifter is. They have no idea. If they saw somebody go to a restaurant that it was $300 for two people, they would think they died and went to heaven. Like they don't know. So they come out of the womb understanding struggle is normal. And so then they grow up and they become attached to it. And they walk through crack neighborhoods in order to get to school. They see shootings on a weekly basis. It's not abnormal. That's the norm. So they have no choice but to, as they get older, to replicate that with their children. It's systemic, because those people were pushed out of different places and pushed into the inner city. And then the police, you got more police in that neighborhood than you have mental health clinics. You have more police precincts and more liquor stores in that little bitty neighborhood than you do, secondary colleges. And so money dictates what's happening. Money is why this particular school doesn't have the proper gym equipment and the right books and the top-notch teachers to train those people, and they're not exposed to the finer things in life. They have no clue as to what's going on out here in this world. They don't see the abundance, so they can't have an abundance mentality. How dare you be hard on these people as if they have some sort of choice? Yes, they have a choice. But guys, you don't know you have a choice if you only see one choice. And that is not my rant either. But all I'm saying is that's a money issue. Yeah.
And I got to pause right there, because something just keeps on coming to my mind when he keeps talking about the money. It's really to position you to have more options, right? One of the options that just keeps coming to mind as he's talking is location freedom. Location freedom is not a concept that everybody thinks about, because we're so conditioned to be in a location that's close to where? Close to your work, close to your job. But when you have location freedom, and your money is not connected to, your passive income is not connected to having to be at a certain place at a certain time, now you have the flexibility, right? That location freedom comes into place, like he was just talking about. You don't know better until you might be exposed to better, exposed to a different mindset. Mr. Dalcoe and Mo, did a little trip a while ago where they were just hopping around to different resorts. There was no, hey, we got to get back at this time, or hey, we got to do this at this time. No, they had complete location freedom. And Mr. Dalcoe is actually not the only financially free person within Gold Standard Partners. Okay, so don't get that twisted. It's not just him. There's several individuals that have been able to connect with GS Partners. Their goal was big, and they have put themselves in position to be millionaires this year, earning over $100,000 monthly passive residual income. Because there's two types of millionaires, right? There's a cash flow millionaire, and then there's an asset millionaire. Both of them are good, but I'm telling you, a cash flow millionaire is a little bit different, okay? Because if you have $1 million asset, if you tap into it and use it, you know, you're dwindling down your wealth, right? But if you have a cash flow millionaire, that means there's 100K coming in, 100K coming in, 100K coming in, month after month after month. So that's a little different. All right, you got that for free. Let me get back. Let me get back in this audio with Mr. Dalcoe.
Money doesn't solve everything, but that's a money issue. So when I talk about money a lot, I'm not talking about money just for the hell of it. I'm not talking about money just so you get impressed by me. I'm not impressed by me. Hey, I get on the phone and on Zooms with people who have 200-foot 4-deck yachts. Like, I'm not rolling like that. If they had my money, they'd kill themselves. So I'm not talking about money for the hell of it. I'm talking about money because of all the problems in the world. Most of them are money related. They're money related. And what happens to people, what happens to folks is their lack of money puts them in this mode where they're always chasing money. You're never going to catch it. Money's a currency. It's designed to flow, and it flows real fast. And it's either leaving you or coming to you, but it's never stagnant. You got to learn. You got to learn how to. Man, I wish I could tell you what I'm chatting with right now, but you got to learn how to come up with this abundance mentality. And if somebody's not talking about money, how will you know? How will you be exposed? How will you? I mean, just give me a minute to type this chat. Oh, man. And some of y'all know who I'm talking to. All right. But anyway, if you're never exposed to the finer things in life, how will you know? Like, almost everything is a money-related issue. And what happens because we don't have abundance mentality, we have lack mentality. We, who are we? Why do you say we, Mike Dalcoe? Why do you say we? All right, let's see. That's a viable tweet. Money is to the natural world what faith is to the spirit world. Thank you, Michael Davis, for saying that. Yeah, Dante, you already know. Look, money is to the natural world what faith is to the spirit world. And the reason why I talk about money so much is because I want to heighten the awareness that there is abundance everywhere, that anybody who finds value in anything I say, I want you to hear me say that money and abundance is everywhere. Why is it that some people have so much and other people have so little? Well, there's inequities in a lot of things. There's inequities in the tax code. There's inequity in the school systems. There's inequity in the legal system. There's inequity in the religious system. There's inequities everywhere. Somebody was saying there's not racism. That's foolish. That is the dumbest, most idiotic thing I've ever heard in my whole natural born life. In order to say there's no racism, you must be a person that's never experienced it. If you've ever been walking on the sidewalk and a person of a different ethnic persuasion locks their door with their elbow because you're walking by and you've never seen that, then of course you could probably say there's no racism. But when you have a tan as nice as mine and you say there's no racism, either somebody's paying you to say it or you just dumb, right? Because you got to live this life. Look, And I'm not a hater either, and I'm not a victim. Look, I'm thankful for the life that I now live. My wife said to me over dinner tonight, she says, I love my life. And I said, me too. I wouldn't trade being me for anybody. I see LeBron James doing his thing, but I wouldn't want to be LeBron over being Mike Dalcoe. I love being Mike Dalcoe, and I would not want to be LeBron James and he be Mike Dalcoe. I want to be me. I want to be me. All right? I want to be me. And I like what Marco Washington said, my big brother. We are entitled to opportunities, not outcomes. That's right. You got to make your own outcome. You got to make your own outcome. We had it with Black Wall Street until the haters destroyed it. You're exactly right. And even with that, we got to understand that there are inequities all over the world. And if I combine what Marco said and what Michael said, you got to take whatever happened. You got to take those lemons and you got to make lemonade. You got to take those opportunities and you got to turn them into outcomes, because there is opportunity no matter who you are, even Black me. I can tell you right now, opportunities are coming to me as if I'm invisible. The opportunities could care less about my color. I can assure you that if you follow me for another 90 days, you're going to see things that I'm going to talk about that will potentially change the entire world that we now live in. The opportunity to get money as an issue out of the way in your generations is here. It is here. I can name some folks. I don't mind naming them. Warren Barr, Christopher Chalbey, Marco Washington, Stephanie Lassise, Nelson Brown, my prayer warrior brother, Dante Taylor. Who else is on here? I'm telling you right now, these people have a plan that is moving at the speed of thought. They can put you on this plan, and you need to kind of feel me. I was getting ready to say, trust me. Don't trust me. You need to kind of feel me right now. I've been on a 6-hour webinar, and it's all good. And you need to feel me. And if you got a spirit of discernment where you feel me, get with one of these. Get with Greg McKay and Derek Hicks, Rico Flynn. You need to get with these people. Get with Tony Wyatt. Get with these people. Or if I'm the one that's telling you, inbox us on social media and just say, give me the link to set up my free account to be in the mix with what's going down in the world. Because, folks, you have about 36 days and the world is going to see smoke coming from Dubai. They're going to see the smoke coming from Dubai. And you want this smoke. I'm telling you, in the street, we say, you don't want this smoke. You want this smoke. With what you're going to see in Dubai on June 25th through the 27th, it's going to be a global changer. I was about to say a game changer. That's too small. It's going to be global changing. So you want to get with these amazing people, Timothy Hall and Pamela Dixon, and tell them, I don't know what the dude's talking about, but I know that he said it was free for me to get set up. They don't want your social security number. You don't need to put a credit card on file, none of that. And I'm not at liberty to totally speak on it in the public space, but if you inbox me and we've got some information, we will send you. Because, back to my topic, because you can't let money stand in the way of you making money. Look, I remember in my life so many times where I would say, I can't afford it. And then go on, watch. Marco Washington's going to love this. And then go on to buy a $7 hamburger from McDonald's. Well, you say, Mike, how is that relevant? Because that $7 hamburger, number one, was not food. And number two, I could have bought a pound of real grass-fed ground beef for $5. And I could have had hamburgers for a week. See, what it is we don't think right. We've got a mind virus. We actually think that we can't afford stuff, so we let money stand in the way of us making unlimited money. Because we think we can't afford stuff, we go on and buy a $7 hamburger meal. We buy a meal. I got you, Prissy. I'll send it right to you. We buy a meal for $7, That's not even food. You can take a McDonald's French fry. I'm not hating on you, McDonald's. Don't get mad at me. Just if I'm lying, McDonald's, you just type in the chat room where I'm lying. Take a McDonald's French fry and lay it on the table, and take the burger and lay it on the table, and you can come back a month later and it will be barely molded. Now, what is mold? Mold is a living organism that eats things that are organic and natural. Mold won't even eat the daggone food, right? Mold won't eat it. It'll preserve. You can put a burger on a picnic table, and the ants darn near won't eat it. It'll sit there for a year. It'll petrify. It won't break down like real food. You take an apple, a fresh apple, and you cut that bad boy. And before you can put it in your mouth, it starts to oxidate. It starts to turn brown. That's because it's real food. The universe is trying to claim back that food. It'll start to turn, it'll oxidate in your hand. You cut an apple and put it in a bowl and leave it for 5 minutes. It'll look like you shouldn't eat it. You got to eat that. That coating on that apple is keeping that apple from oxidating. The universe is fair. It doesn't know how to be unfair. Somebody typed in our power call today. They said, life will not defeat me. And I say, you don't even have to make that proclamation. Life is not trying to defeat you. Why would life try to defeat you? You're a part of that whole ecosystem of life. You're a part of the circle of life. It's not trying to defeat you. It's trying to define you. It's not trying to defeat you. It's trying to define you. It's not trying to refuse you. It's trying to refine you. It's not defeat. It's define. It's not refuse. It's refine. Life is trying to refine you. And when you have these obstacles that come your way, they're not trying to stop you. I wish I could see my brother Marco Washington. He's a big dude. And he looks like he's getting older, but he looks like he compete in Mr. Universe right now. It's because he does this thing called pressure. It's resistance. He's putting resistance against some big old muscle. It's pressure. It's pressure. Those muscles aren't trying to crush him. They're trying to build him. Trying to build him. And life is the same way. It's trying to refine you and define you. The pressure that comes from life, it's trying to take you to another level. When you get those financial pressures, it's really trying to push you into a corner where you go learn some stuff. You go learn some stuff, right? You trying to push you where you say, okay, I'm never going to live like this again. I spent a considerable amount of time with my children trying to teach them the things that I didn't learn until I was 49 years old. Guys, it took me my whole life. What my dad has this word. He calls the word scuffling. Yeah, refined like a diamond, Kyle Gray on YouTube. It's called scuffling. My dad said, yeah, boy, I'm scuffling. To this day, my daddy, I love him. And when he speaks, man, it's like E.F. Hutton in my ears. I listen to every word he says, even stuff that's not original. He say a penny saved is a penny earned. I know that's Ben Franklin, and I applaud my dad like it was an original because I know that there's wisdom not in what he says, but the voice behind the voice, that when the person who's responsible for me being on this earth speaks, I give him the deference and the respect of listening. And there's a blessing for listening, not what I heard. It's a blessing because I listen with reference and deference. There's a blessing for listening, not by listening. Hell, there's a blessing for listening, not by listening. Faith coming by hearing, but it's not just because you heard, it's by continual hearing and respect and honor for what you're hearing. There are folks right now listening to what I say, and they say, he's full of crap. And then there are other folks listening to what I say, and they say more, keep talking. You're listening with expectation. It is you that is creating these words that come out of my mouth. I would really like to think that I'm all that, but I know that I'm inspired, and it's like a boomerang. You're listening, you're drawing more essence from me, and I'm speaking to you. It's an omni circle. It is not broken. Your spirit is speaking to my spirit through the chat, and I'm speaking to you through this voice apparatus, and we're learning and growing and developing and increasing together. It's an omni circle. It's a symbiotic relationship. And so to that which you find value, you attain wealth from it. You derive success from it. You get instruction from it. It's a blessing to you. but it's based on your ability to hear and to make a demand on what the speaker is saying. So let it not be about the money. Let it be about not being about the money. So everything in our life, the type of phone you talk on, the kind of water you drink, the house you live in, the clothes you wear, the jewelry you wear, whether you get your hair cut or not, or whether you cut your own hair. It's okay if you do. It's not. The car you drive, the type of insurance you have, whether your kids go to a good school or not, what they eat for dinner, do they have a nutritionist, your health care, your shoes on your feet, your zip code, your parents' health when they age and can't do for themselves. All of that was money related. And matter of fact, type in the chat room what's not money related. I heard somebody say you can't buy happiness. You can't buy sadness either. This is a false argument. Like you can't buy happiness. Happy, happiness, happenings, happiness, happenings. See how similar the word happy, happy, happiness, happening, happenings bring happiness. Tell me where I'm lying. Happenings bring happiness. Look, if you're happy broke, you'll be happier rich. If you're miserable broke, you'll be better than miserable rich, because rich amplifies you. Like you can't buy happiness, you know, but I'm telling you right now, life is more vibrant. Life is more rewarding when you have money, when you can help a person who's struggling and you can relieve that temporary issue with some money. You go away from that situation feeling so blessed and so abundant and so in the image of your creator who has no limits. It's a
Ooh, okay, I gotta pause it right there because there's some nuggets he dropped. He just dropped one right there. But one thing I have to say that he said that a lot of people miss is hear and make a demand. And that's not something he's just talking about that's something he actually did. He heard the success story of Mr. Tybess. He heard Mr. Tybess say his sons have never worked a job in their lives. He heard Mr. Best say that he retired his wife. He heard that and he made a demand on that. And that's why his life correlates with Mr. Best's life. Literally, listen to these success stories. Mr. Best left a six-figure job for more income and financial freedom. Mr. Best retired his wife and his adult children. They haven't worked a job for their whole pretty much lives. Mr. Dalcoe left a six-figure job for more income and financial freedom, retired his wife and his adult children. Him, Mr. Dalcoe, glimpsing into Mr. Best's life, listening to him, gleaning from him, he heard the success story. He made a demand on that success story, and it became part of his life. So when he's saying hear and make a demand, that is huge. He did that. He's not just talking about that. Listen, I kind of reference this book a lot, and I just can't stop referencing this book. This book is Fake by Robert Kiyosaki. In this book, he talks about fake money, fake teachers, and fake assets, right? One of the things that he talks about with fake teachers is that he loved being in the Marines and the military because when he went to learn how to fly, there were real teachers there that were showing him how to do it. They had flight time. They were behind the cockpit. They knew what to show him because they had the experience, right? And in another book, he talks about learning how to race, like learning how to drive Formula One race cars, right? And he, of course, was trained by real teachers. So we look at Mr. Best and we look at Mr. Dalcoe. They are financially free. They can teach you how to be financially free. They're dropping nuggets every single day. They're connected to our Wealth Builders Worldwide team. When we talk about Wealth Builders, we build leaders, and we build winners. That's what's going on day to day, week by week, moment by moment. They keep continuing to inspire and drop off huge success principles. And when you grab them and you hear them and you make a demand, you can make it part of your life. Okay, I just had to pause that for a minute and make sure that we don't miss that. There's so much good stuff in this audio. So much good stuff.
Abundant world. If you leave the world unattended, wherever you are, even in the desert, there's an abundance of sand. So that lack mentality causes us to waste money. Look, you can go and get a cheap car. You can go get you a $5,000 car. And 2 years later, you're going to need another $5,000 car. And 2 years later, you're going to need another $5,000 car. And in 5 years, 10 years, you will have spent $50,000 on pieces of crap cars when you could have bought a $100,000 car. And even when it stops running, it's a classic. And it appreciates in value, or at least holds some significant value. And people will be trying to buy that classic Mercedes-Benz from you. That's a 1948 Mercedes-Benz S-Class. Now that thing is worth more today than it was when it was on the road expensive. It's because you find value in the finer things in life that now you're striving for those bigger things. Look, I'm going to tell you this. This is a little spiritual, and I hope I'm not stepping on your spiritual sensitivities. But when you dream big, as my mentor Ty Best always say, dream bigger and don't let anybody steal your dream. When you start to dream really big, it places a demand on your expectation in your spirit, and those things come closer to you. But you've got to learn how to shrug off those things that are contrary to that big dream. Stop listening to people who talk limited. Cut off some of your social media friends who just want to talk about controversial things, because these things are energy and they distract you from your ultimate goal of freedom and abundance. So don't let it be about the money. Learn delayed gratification is my last thought right here. Learn delayed gratification. Learn how to put off some immediate thing that you want that seeps your wealth. Mr. Best taught me our wealth is stolen. $5 at a time, $10 at a time. If you dare write down every expense you pay for in a 7-day period, you would kick yourself for how much money you blew. Last year, you probably blew $30, $40, $50,000, and you say, well, I didn't blow it. I had to eat, Mike. Yeah, but if you can delay gratification, maybe you'll eat different. Maybe you'll get some more nutritious food. Hey, here's a novel idea. Maybe you'll intermittent fast and go on OMAD, OMAD, 1 meal a day. Hey, your body's good for it. All of us got a little extra nutrition here. We can let your body burn it. You can deny yourself some food and wake up in the morning and fast and pray and meditate instead of eat. And take that money and put it towards something that's going to grow. Put it towards something that's going to grow. And yes, Christopher Chowbey says, and then give yourself time to succeed. I know. I want it right now, too. I want it now. But hey, it's okay to want it now. But maybe we take our time and get it later. I can't tell the joke about about the old bull and the young bull, but a lot of y'all already know that story. Take your time and you can have it all. Take your time and you can have it all. So that's it, folks. Just had that little thought in my heart. I want to push people and do my little part in the universe to be the piece of the puzzle to kind of like drive y'all to be your best self. I'm so proud of my sister, Dana Rains. Hey, in spite of all odds, she went and crushed it. I think director and maybe even regional director already. If she's not already regional, she's right on it. And man, we together, all of us, all of you beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people on this stream today that's been collaborating with me. I didn't hear anybody that differed with me. And it's okay when you do, but it's okay if we can have a party where everybody's kind of agreeing. I appreciate you too, brother. I really do. And sometimes I feel like I'm babbling a little bit, but I know exactly what I'm saying, right? I feel it in my heart. That's why I started out saying, do you feel me? Because I want you to feel me. If you feel what we talked about today, get back with the person that invited you to this stream. I didn't talk about the business, but oh my gosh, the business is fire because the business takes money as an issue out of the way. There's no money encumbrance to being a part of this movement of money. I'll give you a hint and a clue. Bitcoin is amazing. It just fell off a cliff and landed. Where did it land? Where are we trading today, y'all? Where are we trading today? Oh, it fell off a cliff and landed at $40,979 a coin. That bad boy started at 0.3 of a cent or 12 years ago, and now it dropped off a cliff. It was real high, dropped off a cliff and landed at $40,000 a coin. Come on. Look, that coin right there. How about if we show you, how about if Eileen Gardenhire shows you, and how about if Derek Hicks and Warren Barr, how about if they show you how to never, ever buy another cryptocurrency token again? Instead, play with house money. Like take a teeny tiny little bit of your money, put it into a system. Okay, stop taking money out of your pocket and buying Bitcoin. Nothing wrong with Bitcoin. So I got to make sure I say this right because some people, they hate on me. They think I'm saying stupid stuff. What I'm saying is take some of this paper, get a little bit of Bitcoin, put it into a system that spits out more Bitcoin than you could ever buy. Take this paper, trade it for a little bit of Bitcoin, put it into another coin that maximizes you earning, not buying, earning Bitcoin and Ethereum in real time, 24/7. Oh, you got to let us show you how to do it. This thing is fire. Greg McKay, did you hear what I just said? Greg McKay, put that on a slide, and that's the whole presentation because we don't have to talk a lot about GS Partners. It's crazy. That's all it is. I'm going to present GS Partners to you. Take a little bit of this right here. Get a little bit of Bitcoin, put it into the G999 system, refer others to do the same, and now you put yourself in the movement of Bitcoin and Ethereum in real time, and you'll never buy crypto again. This is Mike Dalcoe, the CEO, continuously empowering others. We'll see you guys on the white sandy beaches of Dubai. Yeah.
Ooh, there it is. There it is, Mr. Michael Dalcoe. Listen, guys. Everybody on the sound of my voice, get back with the person who's sharing this information with you. If that person is me, you go straight to y1income.com. That's scrolling through the bottom, right? But get back with the person who shared this information with you. If it is Miss Angela Hunter, you get back with her, okay? And I don't see who else is on here. I know there's a few people in different platforms hanging out with us today. So thank you, everybody, for being here, for spending some time, investing some time with us on Daniel's Den today. So today, tonight, or this afternoon, just depends on where you're at in this awesome world we live in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are wanting to position you to be successful in everything that you do. Join us at 10:45 Eastern Standard Time. Our team has a live power call every Monday through Saturday, and that is at 10:45 Eastern Standard Time. And let me go ahead. I'll put that information up on the screen. Please take a screenshot of this. You will want to get back with the person sharing this information with you so you can get the secure, private password for all of our global events. Most of our events are at goldrocks.info, which is a shortcut right to our Zoom website. And we have a live power call, like I mentioned, Monday through Saturday. We have 2 live webinars every Monday through Saturday at noon and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with a live Q&A. Once again, Wellpers Worldwide is here to support your success. This is part of your success team. We also have live Spanish presentations every Monday and Tuesday with my brother Juan Martinez. That guy's awesome. And then every Sunday night, we have Fast Start training at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, all right? So get back whoever's sharing this information with you. Take immediate action. Get your free registration completed. Don't let money limit you from creating more money. In this system, you can actually start for free and start earning for free in real time. All right. All right, guys. Thank you for your time once again. Enjoy your day, night, afternoon, wherever you're at in this awesome world we live in. We'll go out with the GS Lifestyle card because that thing is fire.
Introducing the most flexible crypto card in the world. 5 traditional currency accounts, including USD, GPB, EUR, CNY, and JPY. Currency exchange rates better than high street banks. Manage all your crypto and traditional currencies with one simple platform. Add funds to your account via bank transfer, credit and debit card, or crypto proceeds. Spend or withdraw your funds anywhere credit and debit cards are accepted. Exclusive plastic, aluminum, stainless steel, gold-plated, and solid gold cards available. 24/7 global support in multi-languages. 24/7 professional concierge services. Up to 40% discounts on hotel and travel. Instant rewards from high street retailers. Fast delivery to over 100 countries. Order your GS Lifestyle card today.